humans for? What do we need humans for? Or at least, what do we need so many humans for? Do you have an answer in the book? At present, the best guess we have is keep them happy with drugs and computer games. The idea of the social credit is to monetize everything, to give value to every single thing you do in life. It has positive potential in some regards. Most people will be willing to give up their privacy in exchange for much better healthcare based on 24 hours monitoring of what's happening inside their bodies. This is the end of human history. Not the end of history, the end of human dominated history. History will continue with somebody else in control. AI can even write a new Bible. All the other books of the other religions, humans wrote them. But our book, no. It came from some superhuman intelligence. Human rights are just like heaven and like God. It's just a fictional story. Companies like Apple and Google will have tons and tons of data on your body, on your most private affairs and conditions. We humans should get used to the idea that we are no longer mysterious souls. We are now hackable animals. By hacking organisms, elites may gain the power to re-engineer the future of life itself. In order to collaborate on a large scale, you need to convince everybody to believe in the same story. The engine of history is stories. And they don't even need to be true. What do we need humans?
That's why we asked the question about them. What do we need Edomites for? And the Lord has the answer to that. Obadiah. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. This is like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. This is why we call this man the devil. This is why we come against these people. Because these people come against us. They come against people in the world. But this guy boldly, this is old. This is just like a, a collection of evil, the evil things that comes in this man's mind that he says so bluntly and so freely. And he's not the only one, but he's one of the main guys that has the gall to say these things with no repercussions, no fear. All right, just flat out evil, And here it is: when you speak against these people, you're considered to be evil and wicked. But they themselves, look all the evil that they bring in. They saying they want to get majority of the people of the earth gone, right? That's why they had the thing called the Georgia Guidestone. And the Georgia Guidestone, it was written that they was gonna take the world's population down to 500 million. So what is the plan for the rest of the people? So anybody that comes in our videos that be talking shit, all you guys talk about this, and all you guys are about that. You better check yourself, because the enemy does not have you in mind at all. For all you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans that's pro this world, the enemy does not have you in mind. Matter of fact, according to what they say, not only are you hackable, not only are you an animal, you're useless. You need purpose. You serve no purpose. And that is what they push. All right. This man's the straight up devil. And it's something that he said real quick. I mean, there's a lot that he said. Who am I kidding? Um, and Esau has a God complex. All right, that's what they have. They have this complex in their mind that they are gods, and this is what a god would do: decides who lives and who doesn't. And this is the same mother effer that said if God ever flood the world again, they would not be afraid because they themselves can, I guess, stop rain. I forgot how he said it. It's speaking boldly, man. Real proud. Matter of fact, we start here. Psalms 14 and 1. It says, the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. So what we just seen, what we just heard was from a fool. All right. And uh, that fool that we just saw is a representation of a whole race of people. All right. A whole nation. Because when the Lord created the world, he created 18 nations. And part of that 18 nations is the lowest of the low of this world. Matter of fact, since I said that, and you could tell by their tone, by all the evidence that we see, they have they got a God complex, but they have an anger issue. It says Daniel 4:17. It says this matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones to the tent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth to whosoever he will, and set up over it the bases of men. So that in itself is a performance of a miracle that the Lord took when he created all the nations. Part of that, all the nations, is Esau, Edom, which is the basis of all of men. And the Lord took these base people and put them in a prominent position of rulership. This is why it says Job 9:24, what? It says the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is he? So Esau is the wicked. He does cover the faces of the judges of. He placed himself to be a god. So that way, when people look at history, they see those people as gods. So there's plenty of evidence to show who these people really are, all right, and how they really think of everyone. That's what it said. A fool has said in his heart, "There is no God." They really think that they're on level. They really truly believe that they are in a fucking level. And the only level that they are in is the basis of men. So the Lord put these lower people in a position of power. So that when he comes back, he overthrows their power. Um, Ecclesiastes 10:6, it says, I'm sorry, 7. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. So those that's in power position, they're nothing but servants. Well, since I said that, Proverbs 19:10. The light is not seemingly for a fool, much less for a servant to have rule over princes. So they're not in the right position to be ruling anything. But you see what they do. You see exactly what they do. How they see everybody. They see everybody as nothing but meat. All right, they see everybody as nothing but um, commodity. And the reason why they see that, like I said, you could tell this is this whole thing goes back to Jacob and Esau. You could tell how hurt they are as a people. Um, Hebrews 12 and 16. Oh yeah, NIV. See that no one is sexually immoral or is godless like Esau, who for a single meal sold his inheritance rights as the oldest son. Afterwards, as you know, when he wanted to inherit this blessing, he was rejected, even though he sought it. He sought the blessing with tears. He could not change what he had done, meaning what he got rejected. So all this tough talk, all this crazy shit that they're saying because of jealousy, envy. Now, the scripture that came in mind, Sirach 1928. Hold on, 1928, or is it? No, it's not 28. It's 19 and it is this one, but that's how, hold on, Salakia. I start at 19 and 20. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and all wisdom is the performance of the law, and the knowledge is of his omnipotency. If a servant say to his master, I will not do as it pleaseth thee, though afterward he do it, his anger he angereth him that nourish him. Knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time counsel of the sinner's prudence. There's a wickedness in the same an abomination. Oh, there it is. And there is a fool wanteth wisdom. So Esau is a fool that wants wisdom. So this whole concept, and I believe it was the precept that 28. Salaki is another precept that comes with that. Proverbs. Nope, it's not this one. But yes, Esau is a fool that wanteth knowledge. All right. So everything that he's doing now, or has been doing, is because he wants the Lord, something that we're granted, we were blessed with, that leads these people to be in utter jealousy. Okay, utter jealousy. That's what Esau he has right now. So all that tough talk that this guy has, that's not knowledge of they came up with themselves. That's knowledge from on high. But on the left hand side, 2 Thessalonians 2:7. This is not sorry. 8. And then shall the wicked be revealed. I'm sorry, 9. Whoso, I say, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power, lies, and lying wonders. So, fool wanted knowledge, couldn't get the knowledge, so he left them with what? Knowledge on the left hand side, which is not true power, which is not true wisdom. So the working, when you go into the word for working in the Greek, is energeo, right? So he's coming with the energy of Satan, with all power, signs, and lying wonders. It's technology, all right? And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish. So they got the majority of the people of the Lord. That's why the scripture says here, 2 Corinthians 4 and 3. But if our gospel be hid, it's hid to them that are lost. So the victims of all the matters is those that were lost souls, which is 2/3, in whom the God of this world blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahushua, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. So there's people that fell victim to this man's power. All right. So yeah, power was given unto him. Power is given unto these devils. But it's not the power, it's not the ultimate power, the jealousy, the envy that they have. And you could tell, you could clearly tell that Esau is on a power tripping right now. He's in the ultimate power trip. It says, in them that perish because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. So that goes into that. What was the other one I was gonna get? Oh, you know what? I get this one instead. Psalms 73. Two? Yeah, let me start there. But as for me, my feet were almost gone, and my steps had well nigh slipped. I was envious at the foolish Esau, all right, when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For their bands is in their bands in their death. Sorry, there's no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compassed them about as a chain of violence, covers them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than their heart could wish. They are corrupted. They are corrupt, speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. Loftily means highly. Yep, high. The Hebrew word is mar, marwar, marwan, one, marwan. Height, elevation, elevate. So they speak highly. You heard how that man give up um, all those, what do you call that shit called again? Not clips. Well, they made it a clip. All those talking points, and you see how highly he thinks of himself. Pride. It says they set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. So they set their mouth against the heavens. That's what coming against the Most High. Everything that he said was utter pride, hackable, man, a hackable. All right, no purpose. All right, too much people. They don't need them. That's pride, yo. That's speaking against what the Lord created. The Lord said, "Be fruitful and multiply." These people are doing the complete opposite because they want to bring in a new world order agenda. Therefore, his people return hither. Waters of the full cup are rained out to them. That punishment, that judgment. And they say, how doeth the Most High know? Is there knowledge in the Most High? Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. Verily I, verily I have cleansed my heart in vain, and washed my hands in innocence. For all the day long have I been plagued and chastised every morning. If I say I will speak thus, behold, I shall offend against the generation of thy children. When I thought to know this, I was too much painful for me, too much painful for me, until I went to the sanctuary of the Most High, and then understood I the end. Surely thou didst set them in a slippery places, though that cast them down unto destruction. How are they brought into desolation, as in a moment they are utterly consumed with the terrors. So their end is going to be greatly terrible. All right. And the Lord's doing his purpose. He's raising this devil up. Just a terrible part. So allowed, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua got your number. So with that being said, shalom to the elect, the nations, shalom.